So hi everyone, good morning. My name is Satish and I'm working in the capacity of a senior manager at the organization called Bhumi. And just giving, before going in, just wanted to give a small intro about myself as a teaching volunteer in one of the community centers in Chule. I think for those who are in Chennai might know it, the area. And then slowly I started taking up various leadership roles, and I was working in Mumbai as a design consultancy. And then I was like, okay, social sector and the good which we do to people is what is my calling, and that's how I shifted into my into a full-time employee in Bhumi. Just going ahead to give a brief intro about our organization. So we operate with a mission to build a more influential, equal and socially conscious society. And how do we want to do it is to drive the social change by fostering young adults and children. So Bhumi last year had reached around 67,000 children with close to 94,000 volunteers in 15 cities across India. And this is just a small slide which I had put together for knowing our scale and reach which we are working in currently. So we have two major programs which we work with. One is called Ignite, which focuses on quality education for children and reduce inequalities. Aligned with our SDG, it's largely operates with the mission statement of providing holistic education and sustainable livelihood. And Catalyze is up, like our civic volunteering program, which operates with the mission of making every Indian volunteer. And what we want to do there is we want to foster, we want to, engage people, groom them, guide them, mentor them to take up social causes that are close to their heart. So we know that there are problems and it's not something which we can do it or address it ourselves, and we need support of all our fellow citizens to do it. And I'm just skipping few of the slides here. So what largely we are here for is the plantation challenge, which for the tree plantation challenge. So can someone in the chat put in like, have they ever done a tree plantation before, or have they taken part in any volunteering activities? In the chat box, can we get few responses? Oh, I'm glad to see there are a couple of responses coming in already, right? So thank you so much for that. And just to give a context, right, when we say tree plantation, all our mind starts going into a vast empty land where there is no trees at all, and we need to start putting in trees over there. But then again, if we look at a city space, especially considering the urbanization and all, you don't find such lands anymore. And what becomes crucial is, do we have enough trees in the societies which we are living in the areas which we are living in, and in the communities which we are living in, right? So then it becomes a matter of not having a very vast land to plant a tree, but then again, even a space where a single tree can grow. And if you notice this image, that guy in black t-shirt is me trying to plant a tree sapling in one of the societies. So it's a very so the reason why we are giving this challenge is, it's not hard as you think. It is a very simple, it's a very simple thing to do. You don't need to plant 10 trees or 100 trees to make a difference. You can start with one, and that one can be near your place itself. So just wanted to take you through few steps in which you can do a tree plantation, and what are some of the things which you should take care of while doing the tree plantation, etc. So one aspect is, which is very crucial, is choose your location. It's important that you choose your location wisely. The reason being, considering the space where you are in. Usually when we start going to plant a tree, we usually go with the mindset, okay, it's a small sapling, let's plant it. But then again, many of us don't foresee that the tree will grow tall. Let's say it can grow even 15 feet tall in the next 4 to 5 years, right? So it's very important to choose the location which has adequate spacing, and not just vertically, but then horizontally also, like not just horizontally but vertically also, so there are no wires, cables, etc., that are going to be in hindrance, right? And choose and while going for this, you can choose a location. If you're living in a like a society, you can choose in your society itself. You can look at some parks nearby your home. You can even do it in your own school. Like all our schools have playground, but then again they may have few little trees. You can even go to your school as an alma mater, talk to them that you want to plant a tree, and then you would wish to plant a tree over there, and you can even do that connecting back with your school also. You can do it in your school also. Just check whether whichever place you're planning to plant the tree has adequate natural lighting, sunlight. Doesn't have very harsh light. It has proper shadows also, etc. And one important thing which many of us miss is also obtaining the necessary permission to plant. Any public space we are intending to plant a tree, we need to obtain the necessary permission, right? If it's your society, you have to get permission from your respective association members. If it's in the park, etc., you need to get permission from the local ward or municipal people. So it's always important, because that helps us ensure that the tree goes in tree grows to its fully mature state and doesn't get uprooted because of permission issues. Second, and the most common thing which we tend to always miss is choosing our saplings. I know it may come as a surprise why any tree we can plant, etc., right? I know there was this one time when someone was asking me, can we plant some a very rare fruit kind of tree, etc., in a place. But then again, one important thing to notice is whichever tree you're choosing, is it a native tree? That, let's say for example, I'm from Coimbatore, that's my native, and if I plant the tree here, will that tree be able to survive the climate of my particular city? What is the native trees which I can see it in abundance? What are its species? Can I plant that? Always go for it, because those are the trees that are going to be suitable for your particular place's climate. I think we all get fascinated about a lot of different trees, right? But then again, this is a very crucial step, because only when we choose the right sapling, the sapling matures into a tree. Second thing is always try to get this, your sapling from a local nursery or gardening centers. Specific cities have NGOs who provide sapling for free. So if you can just Google up, you may find NGOs or trust near your place who will give saplings for free also. Identify the trees which you want to plant. Important thing is to keep it to be a native species, and see if it will be useful to others. That's a very important thing. And the most another crucial factor while taking care while choosing your sapling is choose a very low maintenance sapling. Reason being, if it is a very high maintenance thing, it requires a daily tending, right? You need to take care of it on a daily basis. Some of us may or may not have the bandwidth to do it, or as well as the complexity of it growing from a sapling to a tree gets increased. So always choose a low maintenance tree species. It is important for you to, otherwise we end up spending a lot of time in nurturing the tree and putting in a lot of efforts over there, which may or may not become hindrance to us in the end. Especially when it's not a native tree, then it becomes a high maintenance species. So planting the sapling, it's easy. As plant as soon as you get the saplings from the nurseries or the trust. Don't keep it in your home for some time and then want to plant it, because once the roots gets dried out and all, If you planted, the tree will not grow in. And don't dig too deep of a hole. I would suggest around 1.5 feet would be ideal. Just a pictorial representation of what could be the right depth for planting the tree, right? It depends on the tree. One easier thing is you can ask the nursery person itself whom you're getting the sapling from to ask what kind of how much depth it should go in, right? And also important thing to notice is while digging, please be mindful of what is like under the what is underground as well. One time I think one time I was trying to plant a tree and I hit a pipe. So it is important, and also know that the tree its roots are gonna grow deep. So just don't think about, okay, my plantation depth is there and there's no more pipe within the pipe is just 1 feet below the plantation depth. Don't think that, because the roots will start penetrating, so it may damage them. And also while you're digging the space, if you find any other plants, root, etc., please remove them. And once you place the sapling, carefully cover it with the soil. Pour some water at the initial stage, and don't make it like too wet, like a puddle is being formed, right? So don't put in. And once you're done with planting the sapling, just cover the base with some dried leaves, etc., for some time, so that the moisture remains. So what do we do now? It's easy to go get the permission, go and get the sapling and plant it, right? The tough part comes in when you want to start maintaining the sapling. So during year one, the sapling needs to be watered at least 10 to 12 days. And if you have just planted, it can even be like every 5-6 days you can water and, right? And that you will have to do in. So you don't need to put any fertilizer, etc. That is one of the major reasons why we are suggesting to go for a native low maintenance tree sapling. During the second year, you can start watering every 2 to 4 weeks. It depends on you, but ideally 2 weeks when it's especially there's no rain and it's a dry season that is happening. If it is a rainy season, etc., consider that the tree will get water from the the climate, right? So you don't have to worry about that. Only when there's an extremely dry season, you may need to water every 2 weeks. Otherwise, 4 weeks once in a month is fine. Year 3 to 5, you can do the watering on a monthly basis, and it also depends on the rains. If there are adequate rains, you don't even have to do that. As the tree start getting the moisture from the atmosphere, once it starts growing into its fully mature state, and as this progress suggests, typically sapling will take around depends on the species, but then again typically around 2 to 3 years for it to fully start growing into a tree of its size. And the maturing, it actually depends on the species. Some trees even take 30 years to mature fully into a fully grown tree, but ideally 3 to 4 years you should see its growth being more than 12 feet. No fertilizers, which I said in. And also check if the space you're planting, if it will be exposed to animals. Let's say there are going to be stray cows coming in and all those things, right? If you feel it's going to be exposed to animals continuously, see if you can put in a simple fencing sort of thing so that it doesn't disturb the sapling's growth, at least in the first year. Once the tree reaches a certain state, you don't need to take care too much for the external thing. And also one important thing, right? Nothing beats human intuition. I mean, all these are just some things which we have to take care of in our back of our mind. But then again, when you start planting the tree in a space you're going to visit frequently or see frequently, you know when it is going to get, you know when something is wrong, you know when the leaf starts dying out, you know when something is happening. So nothing beats our human intuition. So always go for it despite always go for that is what I would say. So always keep visiting the tree at least once in 2 weeks, see how it is, etc. You can consult experts or nursery persons in case if you feel something is going wrong. And one request is please don't Google. Sometimes Google tends to exaggerate a lot of our problems. So always seek support from experts. It could be a local gardener or a nursery person who will be able to support you with the issues. And we shouldn't just stop with planting the tree, right? I think it's very important that as soon as we plant it, we share it with our friends, family, so that they also start doing the good deeds, right? So see if you can learn, if you can, like spread the awareness about planting the trees with your community, invite your family, friends, and if possible, the local residents also to participate in the plantation with you, and take a picture of you planting the trees and post it in the social media group and maybe the Trailblazer WhatsApp group and other forums, right? You can just post it over there saying you have planted the tree. So that's it. Thank you so much.